Moving on to number 10, I got a lot to say about her wrestling career. Is another one that I believe is even better than Sunny. Coming in at the top 10, and anybody can jump in the comments because I will defend this person forever. I got to go with woman. People mostly know her as Nancy Benoit, but let me just freeze there. She, between like 1985 up till about 91, guys, she was with Ric Flair and the Horsemen. She managed the Horsemen. She managed Doom. She was the it girl of WCW. And she wasn't, again, she was sinister. She had amazing look. She was dark. She was probably the first dark manager, like sexy dark, where you do like, this girl's capable of freaking, sneak in your room at night and stab you with a pitchfork. Like, she had that type of like presence. I always put her, she was, and again, this is before Sunny. So to me, she's the real next generation of what came from Miss Elizabeth. As a matter of fact, she was around when Miss Elizabeth was going on, but the NWA wasn't that big. So anybody who was watching both, you could clearly see, again, going back to Miss Elizabeth, what Miss Elizabeth was, storefront property versus women who would get involved. And, she had a long history through Kevin Sullivan. I mean, even before NWA, she was involved with wrestling. So I really think it's an honorable credit to start her off at the top 10. Nancy, rest in peace. Matt, your thoughts on woman?
This was, I think, one of the more iconic identity relations as far as when you went as far as managerial aspect. She was, like Lauren said, she was sinister. She was an entire entity. You know what I mean? She didn't have to say anything. She didn't have to.
Yep.
But when she came out with who she brought out, everybody was just kind of like, oh shit, she held that weight and it worked. She was a character, but you all knew that when she came out, who she brought out with her meant business. This is a big number right here. I like this one a lot.
Yes, it is. I think she's well deserved. And I'll also give her, before I pass the puck over, she had a great run the middle of the ECW, right at the beginning of the real ECW era as managing the Sandman.
Yep.
I mean, them two are perfect together because they were just messed up, But Zumo, your thoughts on woman?
She should have made my top 10 list. She should have made my list.
I knew both of you missed it, by the way.
She was in my third tier list because I'm an idiot sometimes.
We're all idiots, man. It happens.
What she brought to the table, like you said, with the she didn't have to talk. She had that look to her eye. She had that demeanor, that posture. She
You believed it. Then Demise. Yeah. Look at Demise. You believed her. You're like, oh,
it was controlling the camera without speaking. That's all it was.
And she did it better than almost anybody in the business. That's why I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't put her on my even my secondary list.
Well, I'm glad the three of us are like unanimous of how important she is, because I believe, as far as a manager, I don't want to get into her ending. We all know that. Why even get into it? But like her entire wrestling career as a manager, I just think she deserves to be at number 10. I just think, I think wrestling fans need to recognize that.